hate me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons podcast.
Kons podcast. You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
The situation, you know what I'm saying? They said that he was shot in the leg, said he was shot in the buttocks, you know, so I don't really know, you know what I mean? Create content or die trying is what these youngsters out here doing these days and times, trying to do anything for it. Like John Jones, you know what I'm saying? John Jones was caught in a little altercation. John Jones was down here involved in another little viral moment, you know what I'm saying? But he kept his cool. I don't know if dude even knew who he was, you know what I mean? Dude didn't show no fear when he walked up to him. He still was like, what you trying to do? You know, like, what's up? Yeah, what's going on? What's happening? Episode 377 Kons podcast today. You know what I'm saying? How all y'all doing on this good Wednesday in the middle of the week? You know what I mean? Is the first episode of the week? I think this is the first episode of this week, yeah. But yeah, like I said, man, it's gonna be a lot less of this, you know what I mean? Unless I start, you know, I need encouragement. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 5 days a week ain't really gonna do it. But I'm gonna still be doing this though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, episode 377, you know what I mean? Hope y'all doing good on this good hump day, on this good Wednesday in the middle of the week. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good 75, 70 degrees. You know what I'm saying? We definitely still on that break from the heat, as I thought it was coming and pressing its issue. But we getting a break on that, and I'm happy for it. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna see 80 degrees in like a good week or so. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hype about that. Thank you. You know what I mean? To the weather people, to HARP, to whoever's controlling the weather. But that's another episode, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we ain't gonna talk about too much today. You know what I'm saying? Just got a couple of topics I want to share with y'all. You know what I mean? Definitely gonna touch on this Offset and Lil Tjay situation. We're definitely gonna touch on that. I got a bunch of clips on that. Then we're gonna touch on John Jones had a little altercation out in Albuquerque with somebody in a car. You know what I'm saying? A little threatening, but John Jones kept his cool though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna touch on that and that situation, these two situations. You know what I'm saying? For everything that we're gonna be touching on today. You know what I mean? On this good Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? In case your first time here, this is where we go over the news, go over the headlines, go over the headline, whatever headline you might have seen when you logged on your computer, whether your homepage was Yahoo News, MSNBC News, Headline News, Hip Hop DX, whatever headline you might have seen when you logged on. I'm probably touching on one or two or three of them right here on Kons podcast. You know what I'm saying? So share this out, tell your people about it. Let me keep you updated on this wicked world. You know what I mean? Y'all know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's episode 377 though. Now, I mean, without further ado, without no more chatter banter, you know what I'm saying? Let's jump right into these topics, you feel me? So we all heard right now Offset, you know what I'm saying? Offset being popped.
Here in the casino in Hard Rock. He's still going, he's still mad. They got this guy detained. Just shot a guy. The guy they shot. Oh my god. Oh, are you tasing? Are you tasing now? Everyone keep moving!
I'm not too sure, you know what I'm saying, who's who in that video. You know what I'm saying, that you just seen. I'm not too sure who's who, but this is definitely what's being said. That's a video of the situation. You know what I'm saying? They said that he was shot in the leg, said he was shot in the buttocks. You know, so I don't really know. You know what I mean? In the hospital video I'm gonna show you in this segment, you know what I mean, it's hard to even see anything on his legs or anything like that. This all stemmed from back when Tjay would make claims that Offset was asking people for money in a casino, asking a bunch of different different people saying that he was down and out and was asking people for bands in a casino. This is TJ when he was talking bad on Offset about the first incident.
Offset broke. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the stream too. That broke. That pop. I'll tell y'all a true story. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit casino. He was pop. He was panicking. He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know what happened. Nobody was answering his phone call. He popped, trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction. And the says, yo, he just popped. He calling for cash apps in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 5 I offered, I'm like, yo, you pop. You waiting for some bread? Wait for my money. I swung that 5. You know how I get. He gets popped. Not us two dicing each other. He gets popped straight to the casino. Goes not. He get another loan from somebody else for like 2 bands. I don't even take my loan. I'm like, that's Offset. I'm good on my money. I'm not worried about this. I got mad, bro. I definitely run off for 5 bands. He pops for the next band. He get 2 bands. He get a band from a random lady. I swear to God, I don't know who the it was. He's like, yo, thanks, ma. He pops that. Throw another 5. So I see like 13 bands in loans. I don't know who got paid back that day. You feel me? Bro, where's my mother? That shit ducked me for so long, boy. And mind you, I'm 23, and this is Drop Top, Cardi B husband. And I'm only talking crazy because he was talking crazy. Like, why? He was talking crazy over my bread.
I still go hard.
And I beat him up on his birthday, but I'm not even, you feel me? Gangsta, I was too, you know what it is? I'm that good type of like, I'm gonna give you a little bit of me. I was too sturdy, right? Like, it was like I couldn't even do that time, fo. And Cardi B walked in the spot, I was like, yo, I couldn't even dress it because my so aggressive sometimes that if he says something crazy, you don't even know he gonna get, like, you not something you just know, it's over, like, feel me? Like,
Wait,
him claiming that he owed him $10K, you know what I'm saying? But yet at the same time, he said he didn't give him no money. So, you know what I mean? The video is a little bit conflicting, a little bit, you know what I mean? But that's what was leading up to this casino situation. That was like about last year. So since then, they've been back and forth talking a bunch of crap on the internet, going back and forth with Twitters, you know what I'm saying? Offset was once telling him to meet him somewhere, pull up, let's fight and do this and that. So the funk been brewing between them, and they happen to see each other as we leading up to at this casino. The situation that happened, I guess TJ was at the same casino where Offset was last night or the night before last when this had happened, and allegedly Offset goes off on Lil TJ, starts swinging and getting off on him, pretty much whooping his ass, you know what I'm saying? According to YouTuber Flacco from No Jumper.
It's just absurd, man. And apparently Offset kept the same energy in person when he seen Lil TJ. Here's what happened, okay? Lil TJ and Offset are both at this casino. Offset is a gambling addict. Offset is at the casino almost every day. If you're somebody who wants to meet Offset one day, go to a casino in Florida. Offset is gonna be there. That's just what Offset does. Offset is a gambling addict. I don't know why he's that's his thing. He's at a casino 24/7 gambling. So Offset and Lil TJ is both outside of the casino. They're in the valet area. While in the valet area, they ran into each other. I was told that Offset is who engaged the altercation. He engaged the confrontation. Now, like I said before, Offset is somebody who can fight. Offset, I don't think is scared of Lil TJ not one bit. Now, I was told, Lil TJ wasn't backing down either. They both got in each other's faces. Offset took off on Lil TJ. Offset put hands and feet on Lil TJ. And somebody pulled out a gun and shot Offset. Now, who that person is, use your imagination. Who would have an invested interest in shooting Offset because Offset is whooping on Lil TJ? Use your imagination. Now, 2 people have been detained. It's unclear if Lil TJ is one of the 2 that's been detained. Now, academics did say he spoke to Lil TJ representative as well as Offset representative. Now, Lil TJ and his rep is offering little to no information because obviously, right? Like, what are they going to say? Hey, bruh. Like Lil TJ got his butt whooped, so Lil TJ and his associate shot Offset. Man, cut it out, bro. They can't say it. So they told AK there was an altercation, but we can't say much at the time. Sorry, cat's out the bag, okay? Lil TJ was getting whooped on and shots were fired.
There's multiple people in custody, and
police at this time, they're working to try to figure out what led to what happened. A lot of things to get to. We don't know the current status of both rappers at this moment. It's been reported that it's a leg shot when it comes to Offset, and it's supposed to be a non-life-threatening wound, but at this point, because he was transported to the hospital, we don't know the full details. Okay. Lil Tjay is a little bit more elusive. Of course, again, I have a direct official source, heavily weighted, that confirms it. However, I did also talk to his team, and his team, while confirming that there might have been an incident, they weren't at liberty to tell me, or it's a lot of things going on. This is actually happening right now. So people are in custody right now. This probably happened like an hour ago, and they aren't confirming what my other source confirmed, but it is being confirmed. It's one of the best sources I could have, that Lil Tjay was shot. But anyway, the matter of fact is, Lil Tjay and Offset was involved in an incident. Okay, now clearly, I guess you guys could probably put two and two together. It appears that maybe, well, not maybe, but most likely, Offset and Lil Tjay probably got into maybe some altercation. Why would I say that? That would just be using context clues. They haven't been getting along. They have, kind of gone back and forth, and potentially they have seen each other for the first time since all of that.
Wait, academics, breaking that situation down. Academics said he had some insight from the camps or whatnot on both sides of the teams, whoever teams, Offset and Lil Tjay's team. He even had an interview and sat down with Lil Tjay. In case you want to check that out, it's on Academics YouTube page. He sat down with Lil Tjay. This is him fresh out of bail also as well, you know what I mean? Then Lil Tjay will bail out, bail out, a bunch of cameras and stuff is there, a bunch of cameras, and he got to talking real greasy to the cameras, you know what I'm saying? At least the last seconds of the clip. In this clip, you're gonna see, you can hear, when he gets in the Escalade, you can hear somebody snatch him in the Escalade and say, "Don't say nothing," after he had already said a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he'd already said a whole lot. I'm gonna play you a clip from a netizen who spoke on this, and then also I'm gonna play you, you're gonna also see a clip of what Tjay was saying, how he was saying, like, yeah, last I seen, he was saying, this shot me, just eating the content up, you know what I mean? That was after him, that was him fresh out, you know what I mean? And you'll see a reporter who's there with him in this clip. We're gonna go into her report after these clips here, him getting out and talking a bunch of mess, doing it for the sake of content to the cameras and all the news cameras that was following him out. Check it out.
Me, don't you?
Does Offset owe you money?
TJ in the building, bro.
Did you shoot Offset?
What happened last time?
The last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that nigga shot me. That nigga shot me. La la la, niggas a rat, niggas cap, niggas weirdo. Y'all niggas getting good ass in this room open on my car. Like,
What started the fight?
oh no, you niggas got you.
Were they after you?
I don't know how many.
TJ's innocent all day.
Nobody would touch me. You know what happened? The last nigga touched me. You know what happened? Nigga touched me.
What happened?
Like who else took the ball? Damn.
Take it easy, TJ. Take it easy, brother.
Wait, last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that shot me. That shot me. La 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 is a rat. I don't do no damn
Hey
fighting.
man, you just want to tell us what happened?
Did I shoot? Crazy.
They're saying you were disorderly.
Did he put his hands on you?
Going to jail.
The last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that shot me. That shot is a rat. I don't do no damn fighting.
Clearly was feeling himself in these post-jail interviews of him claiming Offset was a rat. Now, for the life of me, I do not understand why he would just tell on himself like this. Himself at the scene of the crime claims that he heard Offset say that he was the person responsible for pow-powing him, then referred to Offset as a rat, which is a telltale sign that the person is telling the truth or snitching. Who just gave the DA a whole alley-oop. Photos of Offset at the hospital, recuperating from being held at a Florida casino, and now Lil Tjay is doing this much, giving prosecutors a slam dunk case. Lawyer better get the work in because he is building a terrible case for himself. I said Offset is speaking out, denying that he got pow-powed in his buttocks. I don't know if he got grazed in the arm or leg, whether he got pow-powed in the behind are not true. Lil Tjay is clearly misguided. He got in his ear co-signing this type of behavior, but now he is about to be out of way more than $10,000 after he has to pay for his lawyers, and now he's about to have to sit in a cell for at least a couple of weeks or months. I'm curious to know what y'all think regarding this. Let me know down in the comments, y'all.
All the mess he was talking to the cameras, I guess he's seen an opportunity to create some content for himself, so he started just saying wild stuff to these cameras. You know what I'm saying? As he's walking out, going to his Escalade. You know what I mean? As you heard and seen, and then you seen in the clips that dude was talking about. The netizen I showed you. He went in over the clip. You seen the clip and heard him say, "Yeah, Offset was talking about this. He shot me and this and that." You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess he felt, like I said, he felt the moment to create some content for himself. So he jumped on that opportunity with the news cameras and everybody in front of him as he was walking out of the jail. You know what I'm saying? The reporter that was with him at the time, you know what I mean? The little light-skinned woman that was there with him did her own little news segment. You know what I mean? That was asked some questions. This is a clip of that news report of her. Check it out.
Had some words for Offset as he was leaving jail. Fill us in.
Yeah, Christy, he had a lot to say when he was bonding out of jail, including what he says he heard Offset say after he was. Now, to be clear, Lil Tjay has not been charged with any type of charge, and Offset, he remains here at the hospital. Still a lot of questions about what exactly happened. This is rapper Lil Tjay bonding out of the Broward County Jail Tuesday afternoon.
Fight who?
Were you involved in a fight at the casino?
Does Offset owe you money? I don't do no damn fighting.
The rapper's real name is Tyone Merritt. He was at Hollywood's Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Monday night when rapper Offset was shot. He told Local 10 cameras some of his account of what happened.
Yo, that la is a rat, cat, weirdos. Got in a good interview.
According to Seminole Police, there was some sort of fight at the valet area outside. 2 people were taken into custody, but no other details were made available. Offset boasts a whopping 23.8 million followers on social media, with more than 17 million Spotify listeners monthly. He was married to well-known rap artist Cardi B. Offset's rep confirms he's in stable condition and is being closely monitored at a hospital. We asked Lil Tjay if there was a fight between them before the shooting. Did he put his hands on you?
I don't know how many times I tell you shit like that. Anybody touch me?
His lawyer said in a statement Lil Tjay has not been shot, nor has Lil Tjay been charged with it.
As I'm doing research on this, I came across this other netizen who did her research and seen that there wasn't even no charges tied to no guns as to why he was arrested. There was nothing being charged about him firing a gun or anything of that nature. Check it out.
He has been released from jail, and he said Offset is a snitch.
Last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that shot me. That shot me. La is a rat. I don't do no damn fighting.
Man, you just want to tell us what happened?
Did I shoot? Crazy.
They're saying you were disorderly.
Did he put his hands on you?
I will say he would never play with me like that.
He owe you money?
Ask Offset.
Now, what's crazy about this is Lil Tjay charges say disorderly conduct, and it is a traffic violation. He was not charged with shooting Offset. So for him to get out and say that Offset looked at him, pointed, and said that shot me, why would you say that unless you got proof that you actually did not do it and you know that they know that for sure? This is really crazy. Now, I have not gotten any more information about that second person that was detained. People have spotted Offset outside of the hospital. He was like smoking a cigarette. There were 2 women there with him. So it does look like he is okay. He was in a wheelchair. However, for Lil Tjay to get out and he's still talking about he'll smack Offset and all this crazy stuff while there is a current investigation going on, leads me to believe that he is not ready to chill about this yet. Y'all, once more information about this comes out, I'll let y'all know, but this is really weird.
Further lets me know, you know what I mean? He was definitely saw an opportunity to create some type of content, you know what I mean? By just slapping off at the mouth, you know what I mean? He wasn't even involved in the shooting probably, you know what I'm saying? So he just definitely vetted and insinuated that he was the one, you know what I mean? But clearly, he was not, as when he got arrested, the charges that we all seen that's been coming out, you know what I'm saying? And then I guess Offset was in the hospital and I guess he needed a little cigarette break or something after whatever the doctors did to him, you know what I'm saying? I don't see, it's hard to see any type of gunshot wound that he had suffered in this video that TMZ reported, you know what I'm saying? TMZ did their own little report about him coming outside needing that cigarette break. This is TMZ reporting on it and catching him outside smoking that cigarette. Check it out.
The crew people are? Yeah. I'm down the street. I'm doing video right now.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Lil Tjay and Offset, you know what I mean, I guess they got into a little scuffle, you know what I'm saying? I guess Offset got the best of them. This is the word going around. A shot rang out, you know what I mean? And Offset got hit somewhere, you know what I'm saying? It definitely wasn't life-threatening, though. He's in stable condition now. He was cool enough to come outside and smoke a cigarette, you know what I mean? Rolled out there and was smoking. So I don't know how bad the wound is, where it was at, if he was grazed, if the bullet lodged in him, if it went through and through. I don't know. But it definitely, he looked a little fine when he was out there smoking that cigarette, you know what I mean, with the two women that TMZ reported on, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is just wild to me, especially the Lil Tjay in front of these cameras, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, yeah, you know what I mean? Last I seen him, he was on the ground talking about this dude shot me and they called him a rat and this and that. Like, I think he just seen an opportunity to create some content, you know what I'm saying? Create content or die trying is what these youngsters out here doing these days and times, trying to do anything for a like and do anything to get people to see your video for it to go viral, you know what I mean? Especially with the crap you were talking, you was definitely incriminating yourself, you know what I'm saying, on the front of the camera, you know what I mean? But after we looked at the arrest records and all this and that, there's nothing tied to any type of gun charge or anything of that nature. So you was clearly just saying a bunch of stuff for clout, for viral moments, I guess. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I guess you see an opportunity, you know what I mean, to take a seize of that, to seize that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's wild out here. Youngsters is wild out here. The youngsters are different. They chasing this clout and wanting to go viral is causing these youngsters to do a bunch of wild and crazy things, illegal things, putting themselves in felonious situations, going to jail, taking pictures with guns, snitching on themselves on camera. It's a wild business out here for youngsters. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get how everything has to be boasted and talked about. Everything you do in the street, all the street things. It's like, man, that was taboo back in the day. It was an underworld. It was a dark underworld, the streets was back in the days. Nobody recorded nothing. You didn't hear about nothing unless you was in, you know what I'm saying? Unless you was outside, involved in things. That's about the only way you heard about things, you know what I'm saying? Now you can sit in your house and know everything that's going on outside. All street politics, gangs, all that, because everybody wants to go viral. It's wild, you know what I'm saying? It's wild. It's wild to see craziness, you know what I mean, between Offset and Lil Tjay, you know what I mean? Offset could have lost his life though, so you know what I mean? Thankful Offset is still here, you know what I'm saying? We all know what happened back in, what was that, 2020 or something like that, when Takeoff got taken out the game, and that was involved in something with gambling, you know what I mean? So clearly Offset, I don't know, man, you know what I'm saying? He likes to gamble, you know what I mean? And if he was, plus I seen Academics was revealing some type of text messages he had with somebody on his team and told him he was $890,000 in the hole. Now, if you were almost $1 million in the hole, and this is all from going to casino, man, you need to stop. You need to put put the gambling thread down, and I don't know, this is bad. $890K is a whole lot of bread, y'all, to be at an L for. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you are asking people for money. Maybe that's true. I don't know. I mean, it don't sound true with me. You Offset. You know what I'm saying? You're a millionaire for sure. You know what I'm saying? At least we think. But damn, being in the hole, 890,000. That's a lot for somebody that we look at as to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? I don't know, that's a lot, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Lil Tjay, you know, I said that's that little situation, you know what I'm saying? I hope I put you, shed some light on it.
me, don't you?
Oh, y'all can see me? We live? Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. You know what I mean? I hope you enjoyed that last clip. So now is a good, perfect time in the middle of this episode for you to hit that subscribe button. You feel me? Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Comment on something that you might see in this episode that might trigger you to say something. Go ahead and hit the comment button and let your thoughts flow. Let me know what you think on what you're seeing. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? Now's your time to hit that subscribe button. If you ain't, you know what I mean? Go ahead and hit that right now. You know what I mean? Let's get back to the episode. John Jones, you know what I'm saying? John Jones was caught in a little altercation. John Jones was down here involved in another little viral moment. You know what I'm saying? But he kept his cool though. It was an altercation involving his vehicle and someone else. Allegedly, the dude you hear recording him says he almost hit him. You know what I mean? The story is, I guess John Jones swerved into him like 3 times before the video pick up where John Jones, you can see him saying, "You gotta calm down, bro." You know what I'm saying? And he gives him the bird to his face.
Bro, trying to get into. You're almost hitting me, bro.
You gotta calm down, bro.
Yeah, bro, you gotta learn how to drive, bro. You
gotta relax yourself, bro.
You're almost hitting me with your truck, bro. You're almost hitting me, bro. What the fuck?
You hate me, don't
you? Know what I mean? As you seen, gave the bird to his face and then walked away. You know what I'm saying? He kept his cool though. Chael Sonnen detailed what happened. This is what Chael Sonnen had to say in his description of the incident.
John Jones. And the story went like this. John Jones is out driving. John Jones is being reckless, almost cuts the guy off. Then you get the other side of the story, which is just the opposite. John Jones is out driving, and some guy is getting reckless, and some guy cuts John off. The whole thing culminates in what looked like a parking lot, like some kind of a commercial area and some other businesses around. The guy's in his vehicle, and John gets out, and John's walking over to him. And what can you gather by that? I mean, John did seem calm. Is that relevant? Yeah, I think so. In the middle of a road rage, there's a guy being calm. More concerning, though, is John had his hand in his pocket. What was he holding in that pocket? I don't know. Many people speculate a gun. John is known to travel with guns. John never said anything about it. He never threatened the guy. Like, I have a gun. I'm just sharing with you, me as an observer looking at it. What a terrifying scenario. An angry John Jones who also has a gun. And the guy is telling John, something, bro. Like, the number one used word here was bro. Both of these guys like went really heavy on the bro. So they're both doing the bro back and forth, but neither one of them seemed angry. Ultimately, John Jones gives the middle finger, which John has an ability to give the middle finger in a somewhat humorous way. So he gives the somewhat humorous middle finger and walks away, and the guy doesn't try to stop him from walking away. And I think that the guy knows that that's John Jones in the moment, but that would be a little bit of a guess. Okay. That's where this ends. John leaves. John then has the help of a PR team that releases this statement that he was proud of his decision-making in this moment because he will not allow himself to be bullied. Okay. Not bad. I mean, there's not a lot of things that you can turn to. There's not a ton of things that you can do. There's also not a huge apology that one would have to give. Like, everybody's got a camera these days, but for some reason, nobody turned the camera on until they're already in the parking lot. So what led us to this moment? And then you also have to understand that John's team doesn't know for sure that this other guy doesn't have video leading to this moment. So who cut off who doesn't all of a sudden be a real great game that you want to play. You're not sure what that other guy's holding. You're not sure what AC's got under his sleeve. So you put out a broad statement. And anytime you can become the victim, you win. You win. The most powerful person in America is not the pundit or the professor or the politician. The most powerful person, it's not the astronaut or the doctor or the lawyer. The most powerful person is the victim.
I came across this netizen, you know what I'm saying, speaking on it. You know what I mean? I came across a netizen that was speaking on it, and then you're going to see the whole TMZ clip from the video that I showed you of the incident. That's a TMZ clip. I'll show you that whole TMZ clip as well. But this dude I also came across who's a netizen speaking on it, seems like he covers everything in Albuquerque. You know what I'm saying? As I looked at his channel, this was also what he had to say. So I'm going to show you, you're going to see TMZ's clip, and then you're going to see the netizen clip covering this John Jones story. Check it out.
Trying to get into. You're almost hitting me, bro.
You gotta calm down, bro.
Yeah, bro, you gotta learn how to drive, bro. You
gotta relax yourself, bro.
You're almost hitting me with your truck, bro. You're almost hitting me, bro. What the fuck?
This guy should honestly be counting his blessings that John Jones didn't choose violence in this incident, because you couldn't pay me enough to press the UFC legend. So over the weekend in Albuquerque, New Mexico, John Jones was caught on camera stepping out of his truck and going up to another driver and telling him, "You gotta calm down, bro," after the guy filming started calling him out for his driving. The driver, who is now identified as Brian Beltran, claims Jones nearly hit him a few times before the verbal exchange happened, and aside from flipping the bird, John Jones kind of chose peace and was telling Brian to relax throughout. The way I see it, there's only two possibilities here, is that this guy must not have known who John Jones was or had zero fear, because out of the 8 billion plus people you could press in this situation, Jones would be the last person I'd call out. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but what would you have done in this situation?
Wait, me don't. John Jones is currently going viral for a road rage incident that happened in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, I have both sides of the story. John Jones' side and the other guy's side. Let me tell you what happened. And of course, this happened in the war zone off of Central and Wyoming. I don't know why. So the other driver is claiming that John Jones drifted into his lane multiple times. From there, he revved his engine at John Jones to allegedly get his attention. But he does admit to speeding on past John Jones and flipping him off. And the other driver believes that John Jones is the one that escalated this situation. But let's hear what John Jones has to say. He's telling a completely different story. He is saying that the other driver was in his blind spot in a very low sports car. And he admitted to merging without blinkering, but he did not come close to hitting that other vehicle, according to John. Jones claims that the other driver chased him for 2 blocks, revving his engine and trying to intimidate him. And he also posted this tweet on X. He said, "This kid proceeded to chase my car for 2 blocks, revving his engine and trying to intimidate me. I'm glad."
John Jones, it kept his cool though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying he was holding on to a pistol that he had in his pocket. He had his left hand in his pocket. I don't know. You know what I mean? John Jones definitely is known to be toting guns and this and that, but I don't think he felt that he might have needed this in this situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if dude even knew who he was. You know what I mean? Dude didn't show no fear when he walked up to him. He still was like, "What you trying to do?" You know, like, "What's up?" Like, "You almost hit my car." Like, you know what I mean? He just simply said, "You gotta calm down, bro." And then gave him the bird right in his face. You know what I mean? So, but that was cool for John Jones. We all know for John Jones to be crashing out. You know what I'm saying? Out there in Albuquerque. You feel me? He'd be, you know what I'm saying? That could have been bad for dude. You know what I mean? He could have got his metal glasses broken, jaw broken, some more things broken, snapped by Johnny Bones Jones. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest legendary UFC fighters of all time. You know what I'm saying? So this could have been horrible, could have been bad for dude, you know what I mean? But luckily, John Jones had some thinking and had some therapy done and calmed down. You know what I'm saying? And learned not to crash out. Because this could have been bad. Because he walked up to him like he was ready to do something to do. You know what I'm saying? But he kept his cool and was calm and collected. You know what I mean? And just said, "Gotta relax, bro. You gotta calm down." You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But shout out to John Jones, though. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely showing some type of growth, though. You know what I mean? Because we all know John Jones are crashing out. You know what I mean? Crashing burn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We know even crashing and burning, even losing UFC contracts and some more stuff, you know what I mean? So, shout out to John Jones, though, you know what I'm saying? He definitely did that and kept his cool, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I got for today, though. It's a couple of topics. I wanted to cover these 2 little segments, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Now, in case you might have got up, you had to get up. In case you pulled up, got a little too purred. In case you rolled up, got a little too loaded. In case you heard some kids upstairs doing commotion and fighting over controllers and who turn it was on Roblox or Minecraft. Minecraft or whatever it is that they up there playing, you have to step away. Second thing, I just let you know these two things, you know what I mean? I just let you know about this Offset and Lil Tjay situation at the casino, you know what I mean? Where a shot was fired and Offset allegedly got hit, you know what I mean? I also let you know about this John Jones situation. He was in a little altercation out there in Albuquerque, but he kept his cool. You know what I'm saying? Didn't do nothing to the dude. No violence ensued or none of that. You know what I mean? But that's everything I let you know today. You know what I'm saying? Thank all y'all for tuning in. That's my little recap. You know what I'm saying? Thank all y'all for tuning in because you could have been doing anything you wanted to do in the world, no matter who you was. You know what I mean? Whether you was a little brother, a little sister, or older brother, or older sister, whether he's a niece, a nephew, an auntie, or uncle, whether he was a mother, father, grandpa, grandma. You know what I'm saying? You could have been cousin Pookie, cousin Mookie, cousin Pete, cousin Man. You know what I'm saying? If you got pets sitting there too, right along with you, and your pet is watching Kons podcast too, whether your pet be a pet squirrel, you have a pet hyena, you have a pet dog, a pet cat, you have a pet hedgehog, you know what I'm saying? You have a pet bearded dragon, a pet alligator, you have a pet lion, a pet tiger, you know what I mean? You have a pet giraffe, an ant farm, whoever it is that you got sitting in front of the podcast while you're watching, shout out to them, you know what I mean? Like you see the emoji scrolling up that screen, giving you that good salute, you know what I'm saying? But thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching. The beat you hear creeping up was made by none other than Amazing Beats. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next episode.
Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Constant motherfucking content.
You hate me, don't you?
You're almost fucking hitting
You hate me,
bro.
don't you?
Yeah, bro, you gotta learn how to drive, bro.
You hate me, don't you?
You're almost hitting me with your truck, bro. You're almost hitting me, bro.
You hate me, don't you?
Honestly, counting his blessings that John Jones didn't choose violence in this incident because you couldn't pay me enough to press.
You hate me, don't you?